4th of July. Erin McLeod gets the nod in goal. Back four is Michelle Winino, Taryn Hemmings, Sonia Foose, and Rachel Kwan. In the midfield for Rory Dame's squad tonight, Julianne Sitch, Lori Klepny, and Leslie Osborne. Up top, the veteran German Inca Grings alongside Maribel Dominguez and Adriana Leone. For Washington, one change forced by the torn ACL and MCL for Colleen Williams. As into the side steps the veteran Mexican Lupita Warbis, making her first start. The back changed, Ashlyn Harrison goal. Back four, left to right of Tori Huster, Tony Presley, Candace Chapman, and Allie Krieger. Warbis takes her spot in midfield alongside Lori Lindsay and Julie Robertson. That means Diana Matheson will start up top tonight with Stephanie Oakes and Connie Polar. So once again, it's McLeod, Winino, Hemmings, Foose, Kwan, Sitch, Kalupny, Osborne, Grings, Dominguez, Leon for Chicago. For Washington, Huster, Presley, Chapman, Krieger, Roberts, Lindsay, Warbis, Matheson, Polars, and Oakes. Spirit coming in off a 1-0 loss in the weekend. Actually played well at league leader Sky Blue FC, but undone by a 74th minute goal from Monica Ocampo. Chicago, as I mentioned, coming off a 1-0 win against New York on July 4th. Lori Klepny scoring in the 57th minute off an assist from Inca Greens. What impressed me about that Chicago game on second watch was their defense. They held that Western New York attack so potent this year without a shot in the second half. Spirit trying to score their first goal in the run of play since all the way back on May the 16th, a 4-2 win at Seattle. They did score here in the last match from the penalty spot through Diana Matheson, but still the offense has been a concern. They hope to turn that around tonight. We'll pause for the national anthem. National anthem concluded here at the Maryland Soccerplex. We're ready to play some NWSL soccer. Two teams will shake hands. Captains tonight, Lori Klepny for Chicago, Lori Lindsay for Washington. Red Stars in the road whites tonight with the light blue shorts and White Sox Spirit in the all-red kit tonight.
21 and over fans, in case you haven't noticed, the beer garden is in action at the top of the hill on the south end of the stadium.
Both teams will pose for team pictures and get a final word from their coaches. League table entering play tonight. Sky Blue FC on top with a 9-3-3 record on 30 points, followed by the Portland Thorns at 26 points. FC Kansas City has 25 points. Western New York have 23. Those are the four playoff spots right now. And then fighting to get into that field of four right now, the Boston Breakers on 19 points. The Chicago Red Stars with 15. Seattle Reign have 9 points, and then the Spirit with 7. This is the only match in the league tonight. Tomorrow will be Western New York at Seattle. The Flash have a match in hand on FC Kansas City, which they'll give back, of course, tomorrow. So Western New York with a chance to move into third place, into a tie with Portland for second, actually, but would be third on goal differential. But can pick up that match in FC Kansas City. So those four teams have kind of clustered at the top. Boston's form has sagged a bit of late. They've dropped to fifth, and Chicago has played good soccer of late. They've won 2 out of their last 4 with a tie against Western New York and a loss at Seattle also in that. But a solid middle part of the season for Chicago after a slow start, as it took them 7 matches to get their first win. For the Spirit at this point in 8th place, really out of that playoff picture all but mathematically. And they're looking towards next year and building through new coach Mark Parsons, who has instilled more of an attacking look into this team through his 2 matches in charge, has switched to the 4-3-3, has pushed more players into the attack. So far, it's yielded just 1 goal in those 2 matches, but the Spirit have created more chances, to be sure. But now at this time of year, it's a chance to look at players in different roles. Can Tori Huster be a left back at this level? She's played okay in spots through 2 games. Can Stephanie Oakes, is she better off as a forward or as a wing midfielder? Can Tiffany McCarty give you something as a starter? Is she better as a sub? These are the kind of questions you're answering at this time of year. And I think the defense has gelled much better. Robin Gale's absence is hurt. She's out again tonight. But I think Presley and Chapman have forged a good pairing in the center of defense. Ellie Krieger, of course, is going to give you a world-class player on the right side. Spirit will break out of the hustle. Looks like they'll kick off to start this game, going towards the scoreboard and from right to left. Here in the first half, as Oakes will jog into the center circle. So once again, it's Harris, Huster, Presley, Chapman, Krieger, Roberts, Lindsay, Warbus, Matheson, Pollers, and Oakes for Washington. For Chicago, McLeod, Winino, Hemmings, Foose, Kwan, Sitch, Kolupny, Osborne, Grings, Dominguez, and Leon. Warbus and Oakes in the center circle waiting for the appointed moment for Miguel Pendero Jr., our center official, to get this match underway. Pendero checks the watch. And blows the whistle. We're underway. Oakes will drop back to Lindsay in the center circle. Immediately under pressure from Grings. She'll go right to Krieger. Stolen away. Chance now for Kolupny to push up the middle. It's cleared instead by Candace Chapman. Towards Oakes. Popped up in the air by Winino. Now the center back Hemmings will handle in her own end. Plays to the feet of Kolupny. Her touch is given away to Matheson. Matheson playing at that left forward today, at least from the start. Against 2 Red Star defenders. Tries to get the step and draws the foul as Winino clipped her ankle on the way through. A free kick for the Spirit. 35 seconds in from the left flank. So immediately you see what Matheson can bring to the table. She's a player that's unafraid to take on defenders and be aggressive. And pushing her farther up the field, the Spirit hope will create some more opportunities. It'll be Tori Huster taking this free kick right-footed. Red Stars will set their line at the top of the 18. Paul comes up from Huster. Free kick on the way. Towards the top of the 18, it's headed out. Really no red shirts in the area, just Red Stars. And Chicago will clear temporarily. Chapman plays it towards the top of the box, flicked on by Oakes, and volleyed clear. Brought down in the center circle by Grings, who will try and play it right for Leon, but it's stolen away by Huster. Her ball forward, intended for Matheson, will be handled by Winino in her own end. Winino towards the corner will just shepherd it out for a goal kick. Smart play from the 26-year-old defender from Aurora, Colorado, Michelle Winino. And a goal kick for Erin McLeod. McLeod, in her return to the Soccerplex, was the starting goalkeeper for the Washington Freedom here for 2 years, and her backup that second year was Ashlyn Harris, the Spirit goalkeeper today. Foose will knock it forward. Actually, that's Hemmings playing it over the top. It's a good ball, too, into the path of the run of Dominguez, but it's cleared out for a throw-in. Good play by Chapman. Quick restart. Ball chipped in by Leslie Osborne towards the top of the 18. Header one in the box by Leon. Comes towards the left side. Matheson will try and hustle and keep it alive and cannot. Throw in for the Red Stars in the 3rd minute of a scoreless game. Believe it's the Red Stars ball, and they're going to give it to Washington as Huster will take a couple steps back. Throw comes up the line, intended for Oakes, but won instead by the head of Leon. Given away, and Huster will clear. Oakes' header into the center for Warbus. Her first touch of the match is back to Roberts, who plays it forward, but gives possession away to Hemmings and the Red Stars. Osborne will play it left for Rachel Kwan. The Stanford product up the line, intended for Dominguez, out for a throw. Krieger's throw towards Warbus, chested down and volleyed forward. Header won by the Red Stars in the back. Here's Osborne in possession. Goes left for Rachel Kwan. Kwan's ball up the line for Grings. Grings against Krieger. Left-footed ball in towards the penalty spot intended for Leon. Brought down. Second chance is blocked from Dominguez. And now in the box is Kolupny, and her cross will run out of play. Last touch by a Spirit player. However, it will be a corner for Chicago in the 4th minute. Good attacking play there from the Red Stars on the left side. Kolupny will leave it for Sitch to take the corner. Be a right-footed ball in swing. Plays it short instead for Kolupny. Back for Sitch again. She'll try the cross this time. Driven in and blocked by Warbis. Counter on now for Oaks as she plays it forward. Laid off now by Polars for Warbis. Chip is partially blocked. Will knuckle towards Matheson, who heads it forward. Into the path of Polars. Polars fighting against Hemmings, and Hemmings wins that battle. Kwan will touch it back from McLeod. McLeod's ball towards the near side. Chested down in space by Winino. Opening up right for is Leon, and she'll play her. The Canadian Leon going to work against Tori Huster. Tries to get across hard off of Huster for a throw-in. Leon, who was acquired in a trade for Carmelita Moscato back on June 29th, has now started both matches she's been in Chicago. Cross comes in towards the middle, punched out by Ashlyn Harris. Second ball will fall for Julianne Sitch, who will double back. Sitch trying to get a step on Warbis, will play it wide left. Now Dominguez looking at a cross against Krieger. Krieger with a sliding challenge in will concede a corner. Red Stars went short with the previous one. Now they'll get a second look as we move into the 6th minute. Again, it'll be Kolupny and Sitch pairing up in the corner. Oaks will watch that short ball, but I believe this time Sitch is going to drive it in. She will. Towards the penalty spot it comes. Towards Osborne, but it's headed out by Presley for Washington. Second ball falls for Hemmings, so we'll try the shot. And actually, that's Foose missing high and wide from deep. Foose, the 34-yard from Bonn, Germany. She, along with Inka Grings, a veteran of the German national team, both played for FC Zurich before coming over to Chicago on loan. And it's not a coincidence that Chicago's form has been on an uptick since those two players came in. Presley on the floor for Huster. Matheson again for Huster. Chip over the top, looking for the run of Oaks, who has a nice touch towards the left, but can't pick it up on the other side. Off the deflection, here's Diana Matheson. Opening up left forward is Lindsay. Still Matheson on the ball. Playing it through intended for Polars. Broken up, though, by Taryn Hemmings, who's been busy in that center back spot. And Rachel Kwan will touch it back from McLeod. Short for Foose, as the Spirit will find their defensive shape in the 7th minute. As I said earlier, this is a chance for Chicago to fight their way back into that playoff picture with the 2-match week. Ball played over the top by Hemmings, headed out by Krieger. FC Kansas City on Sunday at home is a big match, as that's probably going to be one of the teams that's going to be in that 3-4 range that the Red Stars are going to have to overtake. So every match is important, especially when it's against those teams that you're chasing. Ball played through, intended for Warbis. We touched back instead by Foose to McLeod. Spirit playing a higher line this time as the ball comes left for Hemmings. Mark Parsons telling his team to get after them as the ball is played up the left side for Dominguez. She'll go to work against Krieger. Mexico against the U.S. Dominguez cutting back and playing for the overlapping Kwan. Kwan on the left flank plays a first-time cross in towards Kolupny. Her back heel in the box, and they're going to say that's a handball on Candace Chapman and a penalty kick for the Chicago Red Stars in the 8th minute. It's the second penalty the Spirit have conceded this year. That first one was scored. Grings will take the PK against Ashlyn Harris. Harris with a bit of gamesmanship will get the water bottle, get the towel, make sure that she's absolutely ready, and make Inka Grings wait. Harris is ready to roll. So is Inka Grings. Referee will backpedal, make sure everybody's outside of that D, and blow the whistle. Grings addresses the ball, takes a shot, and saved by Ashlyn Harris. Grings tried to go low to Harris's left. Not the best taken penalty. Easily within reach of the diving Harris. And a sigh of relief for the Spirit as they'll face this corner, but that's much better than a 1-0 deficit. Harris had it all the way, diving to her left. Was definitely within her reach. Corner will be for Sitch. Again, Kolupny is the option short, and again, Stephanie Oakes will do the marking. Serve comes in, outstanding ball, punched by Harris, but right to Kolupny. Her cross towards the far post, goes over the head of Inka Grings. Another golden opportunity for Grings, and in the end, it comes out for a goal kick. So Grings had a header that she was right on the doorstep. If she gets anything of that, it's going on goal. And just a minute before that, she gets stuffed on a penalty kick by Ashlyn Harris. So Chicago with golden opportunities to take the lead, but still, it's 0-0 here at the Plex in the 10th minute. Harris bangs it left, looking for Matheson. Loses the header out to Winino. Now knocked forward by Huster. Volleyed high by Foose. 50-50 ball won by Lindsay, but a nice touch there by Winino. Back for Hemmings, and she'll switch it into space. Krieger, though, steps up and wins and plays it for Polars. Polars, though, dispossessed by Quan, and the ball will come back to Aaron McLeod. Bit of a shaky clearance there from Chicago. The Spirit unable to fully capitalize on that, thanks to some good work from Quan and Hemmings on the far side. Hemmings gives possession away to Krieger. Now Lindsay. Switch left into space for Huster. Nice ball from Lori Lindsay. Time and space now as Matheson will make the run short. Now she'll double back. Huster will play it on the 4 square for Lindsay. Lindsay, though, looking for Warbus. Passes off the mark. Warbus will now fight with Hemmings for it and win possession for Lindsay. All the way back it comes for Tony Presley. Presley left for Huster, who doubles back and plays it for Matheson. Sliding challenge and win from Winino. Leone will play a 1-2 with Osborne and get it back. Good pressure from Huster, and she'll steal it away. Huster, though, with a pass that's off the mark for Lindsay, and now stolen back. Sitch will play it for Grings, who sprays it right for Kolupny. Time and space for Kolupny in the 18. Kolupny coming towards the 6, doubles it back, and it's blocked by Presley. And Leone will watch it roll out for a throw in the 12th minute here at the Maryland Soccerplex. No score. The big moment came a few minutes ago as Inka Grings took a penalty, and it was saved by Ashlyn Harris off the handball from Chapman that originally drew the foul. No booking that I saw for Chapman on that play, so referee deciding that it was inadvertent, but certainly worth making the call on a ball that bounced up and hit Candace Chapman in the hand. Goal kick now for the Spirit. Harris aligning her 10 red shirts in front of her. Now we'll boot it left. Looking for the head of Julia Roberts. Is popped up instead by Osborne. Now a 50-50 ball won by Sitch for Osborne. Her chip looking for Leone is picked off by Huster, but her clearance is blocked. Huster forced back. Nice move there to try and evade it, and they'll have a whistle here. And I believe a foul against Leone. That will be the call. Push on Leone on the sideline. And a free kick for the Spirit in the 13th minute. Matheson, who started this game at forward, coming back to get service here in midfield. And she'll go square for Roberts. Switch right over Warbus, intended for Polars, broken up. Dominguez now. Kolupny. Winino. Chip over the top. Good ball looking for the run. Coming forward of Grings, but too far. And Harris off her line. Hemmings pops up the punt. Second ball won by Roberts. Gives him back to Hemmings. And Chicago. Stolen away, though, by Warbus, and the counter is on temporarily as Polars has to double back for Roberts. Krieger on the right flank. Chip forward into the path of Oakes. Nice touch from Oakes. She's in the box trying to cut back. Oakes still. Oakes will play a score looking for Polars, and it's blocked. Oakes had a chance there to shoot if she wanted to. Tried instead to play it on the floor for Connie Polars. Forced a block and won a corner here in the 14th minute. Spirit have switched up their set pieces We saw Huster take a free kick earlier. That's not a normal configuration. Now we see Alec Krieger take a corner, which isn't a normal thing that they see. Usually it's Lindsay or maybe Matheson. Good ball, though, from Krieger. Volley clear as Presley was the target in the air, and then Huster had a look on the back end. Shot from Roberts, back in, deflected, and cleared by Foose. Back to Roberts again, who volleys it forward, blocked this time by Osborne. Now it's Matheson, 35 yards from goal, tries a shot from deep, and forces the catch from her fellow Canadian Erin McLeod. Good idea for Matheson to fire from deep with the back line for Chicago pushing up. Ball comes out towards Dominguez, goes out. It'll be a throw for the Spirit in the 15th minute. Chances both ways. The best, of course, coming for Chicago as Inca Green's penalty kick was rather weakly hit and easily saved to the left by Ashlyn Harris. Ball played through, looking for Oakes. Knocked back. McLeod will bring it down in her own 6 and play it again left for Kwan. Hemmings passes off the mark. An unfortunate giveaway for Chicago gives a throw in deep for Washington in the 15th minute. Up comes Krieger to take it. She'll throw it for Polwers. Overlapping is Krieger. She'll get it back from Connie Polwers. Cross is blocked. And now volleyed clear by Hemmings. Only as far as Warbis, though. Back into the box it comes, intended for Matheson, and all the way through. And a pick for Erin McLeod. McLeod will allow her teammates to get back into position as she dribbles at her feet here in the 16th minute. Plays it on the floor for Hemmings. Forced back to McLeod as Chicago takes their foot off the gas a little bit here in the 16th minute. Hemmings hits it over the top. Easy pick for the center back pairing of Chapman and Presley. Chapman will do the honors back to Harris, who clears it forward. Hemmings steps up to win it again for Chicago and play it on the floor for Kolupny, who turns. Lays it off for Leone. Leone tries a shot from deep, and it's a good one, but right at Ashlyn Harris, who makes the catch. Leone, who is the only one of the Chicago players to have played at the Maryland Soccerplex this year, as she appeared for Boston before the trade as a substitute in the 1-1 tie here a few weeks ago. Kolupny header forward. Warbis wins it. And whistle here and a free kick for the Spirit in the 17th minute. Taken quickly for Presley. Now Huster. Back for Lindsay, who plays it forward. Taken away by Winino. Forward it comes for Grings. Now Sitch. Left for Rachel Kwan. Up the line, an easy steal for Krieger. In the center for Lindsay. Touch back for Matheson. Now an opening up left is Huster. Time and space for Huster to attack. Huster plays it through early for Oakes, but too much on that pass. Angle not correct. And McLeod has an easy play in the 18th minute. No score here. Red Stars have had two good chances early. The Grings penalty kick, which was saved, and then Grings again. Cross came in from the left side just over her head. Now the ball through for Kolupny. Good touch from Kolupny. Kolupny in the box against Chapman. Kolupny cuts it back on her right foot. Drops it for Dominguez. Dominguez now held up well by Krieger. Has to drop it for Grings. Grings left now for Kolupny. She'll set up the cross. Takes a step by Krieger. Both players tangle up and the foul goes against Ali Krieger. Good spot for a cross on this free kick for Chicago. And it'll come in the 18th minute. Kolupny's shaken up, and now back on her feet. She's okay. She'll take the free kick after drawing the foul. Foose also jogging over to be an option on this. Two-player wall is Polwers and Oakes for Washington. Harris at the near post setting up her defense. Points out some instructions for Warbis. And now backpedals on the line. Be a right-footed serve from Lori Kolupny here in the 19th minute. Hand comes up, serve comes in, towards the near post, and eventually out of bounds. See if it hit anybody on the way through. It did not. It'll be a goal kick for Ashlyn Harris in the Spirit. So, again, a little bit of a sigh of relief as the Red Stars have had a couple of corners, some free kicks in good spots, and have done something with them, but haven't been able to get a goal. Again, both teams will grab a breather when they can, as it's cooling down a bit, but still a hot, humid day, probably in the low 80s at this point here at the Soccerplex, so kind of a chance to catch your breath is important on a warm day like this. Dominguez pushing forward, playing it for Kolupny, broke it up by Roberts, and dropped for Presley, who chips it forward. Coming back to receive it is Polar. She heads it into the path of Warbis, but a step quicker is Hemmings, who knocks it forward. Now Dominguez on the left side. Quan overlapping as the ball comes back to Leslie Osborne. The veteran center mid will look for options against another veteran in Connie Polars. Goes left for Quan. Now the ball up the line. A good one for Dominguez. Going to work against Krieger, who gets a touch in and concedes a corner. Krieger disagrees with the center official, but the call stands. Another corner for Chicago. And again, it's the familiar alignment we've seen all night. Kolupny and Sitch have been short both times on this. Chicago's played it short once, opted to drive it in the other times. Sitch's driven ball towards the near post, volleyed clear. Second ball will fall again for Julianne Sitch, who chests it down and goes to work against Oaks. Sitch now towards the inline, left foot across in, is caught at the near post by Ashlyn Harris. She'll punt here in the 21st minute. Rolls it instead for Candace Chapman. Chapman, who's seen an uptick in form as she recovers from injury, has played, I think, very well in the last two matches alongside Presley. That's the center back pairing I think the Spirit have found they've liked. As the ball is given away to Winino. It'll fall now for Leone on the flank as Lindsay has to come back and help defend. Leone cuts inside on her left foot, ships it towards the top of the 18. The header went out by Chapman to Warbis. And the ball out of the path of Polars. So they've got the center back pairing, does Washington, with Presley and Chapman. Krieger's obviously going to be a lock on the right side. And I think that left back spot would have been Robin Gales, but she had the misfortune of suffering an injury, has missed the last couple of matches. So it's been Tori Huster, the jack of all trades, who's played midfield, she's played center back, and now she's played left back for this team. Ball comes all the way back to McLeod. Foose with space to dribble out of her center back spot. Plays it through, looking for Dominguez. It's headed out by Presley. Now chested down and volleyed clear by Huster. 50-50 header one forward, and now popped up by Matheson. Lindsay plays it wide for Diana Matheson. Tackle one from Winterno. Now Leland will hustle up that right side against Matheson and Huster. Keeps it alive, tries to pick it up on the other side, but a good shield there from Tori Huster, gets possession back for the Spirit. Up the line it comes for Oaks. Tackled away by Winterno. And a throw for Washington in the 22nd minute. Oaks. Knocked loose by Winterno. We'll try to get from just about the same spot. Maybe 2 steps forward for Tori Huster this time. Lindsay for Huster again. Forward for Oaks. Step and win from the veteran center back. Foose gives away another throw for Washington. Grings for Leone. Up the line intended again for Grings, but Presley in better position, drops it back for Ashlyn Harris. Midway through this first half, no score here at the Maryland Soccerplex. Michael Minnick here. Thank you for joining me for tonight's match. Here's Leone off the turnover, trying to play it through, gets it through the legs of Presley, but not in the path of Grings. Left it comes for Huster. Takes a bump there from Kolupny, and the ball will come out for a Spirit throw. Kolupny with a bit of a smile there after fighting for that ball. Thought she maybe won that throw for herself with some hard work. Huster. Chip forward and 10 for Oaks. Header won by Foose. Warbis with a soft header back. Roberts gets there in time. Plays a good ball right for Krieger. Time and space for Allie Krieger, who plays the early ball in towards Stephanie Oaks. Picked by Winino. Right for Leone. Early ball intended for Dominguez. Header knocked down by Chapman. It falls for the path of the shot, and wide it goes for Chicago. Grings won the initial ball, laid it off for Dominguez, but her shot, with a little bit more time, I think, than she expected, went wide. Harris. Now Presley. Pressure from Leone. And Leone with some good hustle blocks it, concedes the throw, but Spirit have seemingly spent most of their possession in their own end in the last couple of minutes. Whacked clear by Presley. One by Kwan. Popped up now by Osborne, and a good ball to find Grings. Making the run forward with Kolupny, but she was offside. Flag up on Lori Kolupny in the 25th minute. A free kick for the Spirit. Taken quickly short for Chapman. Now it's Lindsay. Polars again for Lindsay. Switch right and really nobody home. Roll for a throw. Spirit have shown some ideas, but Chicago has been the more dangerous team so far. Red Stars have to consider themselves unlucky not to be ahead. Certainly, they would have expected Inka Grings to bury that penalty kick early on. It stemmed from a Candace Chapman handball, but penalty was taken low and within reach of Ashlyn Harris diving to her left. I think Grings had a look again a few minutes later on a header that serve just went over her head. She was in a great position inside the 6. If she would have got any piece of that ball, it's probably 1-0 at that point. Free kick for the Red Stars off the foul in the 26th minute. Knocked towards the middle. Stolen by Roberts, who would chest it down and play it left for Oaks. Counter on now for the Spirit. Polars wants it on the far side as Oaks dribbles towards the middle. Oaks towards the top of the 18. Oaks cuts back, and just too many players in white defending that one as Winino got the vital touch in. Can't keep it alive, though. A throw deep to the Spirit in the 26th minute. Whistle here. Will go against Chicago. A free kick for the Spirit in deep. Leone putting her case. Dangerous play, the call as Leone got that boot a little bit high, but don't think it was anything too out of the ordinary. Spirit will take it, though. A great spot for a free kick in the 27th minute. Matheson and Huster are the options. 2-player wall for Chicago. Just on the edge of the 18. Referee's ready. It'll be Matheson addressing this ball. Driven ball towards the near post, flick through, looking for Presley. Kept alive now, back for Huster. Huster's shot driven through, and it goes just over the head of Presley off the deflection. Polars was the intended target there in the box from that driven ball. And now here come the Red Stars the other way through Kolupny. Good job there by Warbis to slow down the play. Now Huster will step in and win the tackle. Warbis plays it off the leg of Kolupny for a throw. Nice work there from the Spirit defense. '27th minute, Huster will take this throw. No score. Matheson chests it down. Stolen away, though, by Kolupny, who will ride off Matheson. And whistle here and a foul against Matheson. Kolupny using her body well as a shield to win that free kick. Matheson will make sure the spot of this is exactly right for Sonia Foose. Matheson will represent the lone player on the wall, as Huster will peel off and mark Leone. Foose hoping to stick this between the 6 and the penalty spot, you would think. Right-footed serve on the way. Towards the top of the 18 it comes. Krieger got a piece of it on the way through. Polars will watch it roll out. And it will be a throw-in for Washington. As I said, it didn't touch Allie Krieger. So kind of a wasted ball there from Foose not to get anybody on the end of it from that spot. Warbis a step slow as Winino will just knock it up the line. Winino will give up a throw. Spirit getting a lot of practice taking throws on this near side. Tori Huster has been very busy. Dangerous spot for a throw, too, because you don't want to turn it over deep and immediately give the other team an opportunity. Cycling runs from Matheson and Oaks. The ball eventually will come high up the line towards Matheson. Header won by Winino. Second ball kept alive by Grings, who will try and turn the corner on Houston, will do so. Crosses blocked, though, and cleared by Warbis. Polar's pass in the center for Matheson, broken up well by Hemmings. Now it's Osborne for Chicago. Winino. Up the line. Good turn from Leone to get a step on Huster. Now picking up the charge is Roberts as Huster hustles back and wins the tackle. Throw on for Chicago. Taken quickly. It'll be Kolupny trying to turn on Roberts. Cross comes in hard and a diving shot, and somehow that goes wide from Inca Grings. Grings came sliding in, had an initial shot on the diving attempt, and it was blocked on the way through in the second time, and she almost got a second look at it too while she was lying on the ground. Corner for the Red Stars comes in the 30th minute. Taken short for Kolupny. Driven ball in towards the top of the 18. Kept alive. Sitch square for Kwan. 35 yards from goal. Kwan will try the left-footed chip towards Leslie Osborne. And popped high and wide. It'll be a goal kick for Washington in the 30th minute. With the exception of one or two forays from the Spirit, it's been all Red Stars so far. The silver lining, though, for the Spirit is it's still 0-0 after weathering a penalty kick that was saved. 5 corners, a couple free kicks in good positions for a serve. Spirit have done fairly well dealing with all those set pieces. Push on Osborne as she got over the back of Stephanie Oaks. Free kick for the Spirit. Tony Pressey will take this free kick. Hits it towards the far side. Header won by Kwan against Polars. Polars looked a second look at it. Heads it back, though, and gives possession away to Dominguez. Knocked long by Kwan, intended for Grings. Chapman will just watch it roll out for a throw in the 31st minute. No score. Here Mark Parsons below me yelling out instructions, putting the pieces on the board where he wants them as the Spirit try and change the momentum of this game. Hemmings for Sitch. Touch through for Kolupny. Quick feet from her, blocked by Roberts. Time and space for Huster to look upfield. Into the path of Matheson. Nicely weighted ball for Matheson. Chip over the top, trying to play in Polars. Off her line is McLeod, though, and she gets to it in time. Good idea there. Little short combination. Thought Huster did well to play that ball to Matheson to start that attack, as she didn't have a great angle. Had to hit that pass just right in traffic, put it nicely into the path of Matheson. Matheson's ball was just a step or two off. .33rd minute. As the Red Stars will build out of the back. Flick through by Kolupny. All the way through it comes to Harris. Warbis, blocked by Dominguez, kept alive for Washington by Polars. Roberts, switch for Matheson, nice touch inside for Lindsay. Comes left now, but too hard for Huster. Good idea. Execution not there, though. Throw for Winino and the Chicago Red Stars in the 33rd minute. No score here at the Maryland Soccerplex. Throw up the line. Kolupny trying to shield and concedes the throw. Wanted a foul call there, but referee Miguel Pendero Jr. not buying it from Lori Kolupny. Lindsay for Matheson. And the referee with a bit of an assist there to help Kolupny get possession back for Chicago. Foos's ball forward. Headed by Huster, given away. Winino knocks it up the line, and Huster will watch it go out for another throw-in for Washington. Matheson volleys it back. Kept alive by Huster, but dangerously she gives possession away to Grings. Now here's Leone. And a tackle won by Matheson and Huster in combo. Ball comes out for a Spirit throw. Off the pass from Sitch. Huster directing traffic on this throw-in. Foose wins it for Matheson. Osborne for Sitch. Ball played. Flicked on now by Grings for herself. Kolupny making the run hard forward. Trying to win the ball off of Presley and nearly did so. Presley stands her ground though and clears. Header one forward by Foose. Spirit again in possession on the left flank with Huster. Ball went out of bounds. Throw for the Red Stars in the 35th minute. Leone shooting against Huster. Good footwork there to turn the corner. Leone now working up that right flank as Huster has to hustle back. Leone dribbling towards the 18. Cross comes in towards the far post. Nobody home as Grings was making the central run. Dominguez had checked her run back. And Krieger will watch it roll out for a goal kick. Harris waving for a ball from the ball girl. She'll get one here in the 35th minute. Again, this is a big game for the Red Stars to keep their playoff hopes alive. They're 8 points out of the fourth and final playoff spot, 4 points behind fifth place Boston. Red Stars do have a match in hand, which is tonight on Western New York, who they're chasing for that last playoff spot. Presley. Lindsay. Huster. And again for Presley. Chip over the top. Making the run is Oakes. I don't think Hemmings and Foose saw her right away, and the flag comes up on Stephanie Oakes. Crowd not agreeing with that call, but it stands as called, of course. Interesting play there from Foose to take that quickly back from McLeod. Or are they just designating the spot anyway? Now we're back underway as McLeod will touch it again for Foose. Referee still has the hand up. And again we'll do it between Foose and McLeod, and this time it sticks. We'll play. Hemmings. Blocked by Warbus. Back for Foose. Under token pressure from Oakes. She'll go left for Kwan, but gives it away to Polwers. Warbus. Matheson with space to turn, and she will. Opening up left for is Huster. Ball played through, looking for Polwers, but too hard. Scoop for McLeod in the 37th minute. McLeod will hold this ball. Now roll it out. Making sure she doesn't hold it for 6 seconds. Learned that lesson all too well in the Olympics last year. Although I still say that might be one of the most controversial calls just because of how rarely that call is made where you give away a free indirect free kick for the goalkeeper holding it for more than 6 seconds. Chapman. Back for Harris. Good ball left for Huster, who has space to turn and look upfield. Checking forward is Warbus. Opening up left is Matheson. It'll come left for Matheson, but an easy steal for Winino. Plays it with Osborne. Chips it up the side. Huster saying that's out, and she was correct. Throw in for the Spirit on the left side in the 38th minute. Oakes will show for the ball, as will Warbus, who will come towards Stephanie Oakes, over her head, and a push against Oakes as she bumped Leone on the way through. Foose will back that ball up a few paces before whacking it forward here in the 38th, soon to be the 39th minute. Plays it short, gets it back from Winino. Foose. Up the line it comes, off the deflection, it falls into the path of Winino. Right back has her cross blocked by the left back for the Spirit, Tori Huster. Throw for Chicago in the 39th minute. Foose. Leone turning nicely. Good footwork there to work against Huster, but finally loses the handle. Matheson for Huster, who will just knock it clear. Oakes with a good touch to bring that down under pressure from Foose. Drop it for Roberts, who goes in the center of the park for Lindsay. Now Polars. Krieger turning up the Jets on the right side. Also Oakes and Werbis in support. It'll come right for Allie Krieger. Krieger against Quan. Early ball in towards the 6, but caught by McLeod. Polars was making the trailing run. Oakes was the player all the way forward for Washington. So options were there. Krieger has done some good things when she's gotten forward from a right back spot, but it hasn't added up to a clear-cut chance for the Spirit just yet, 39 minutes in. Again, if you're just joining us, the Red Stars had the best chance of the game, but Inca Green's penalty kick was hit weakly to the left of Ashlyn Harris. A pretty easy save for the Spirit keeper. Red Stars have had some other half chances as well. Spirit have looked their best when they've either gone left through Matheson or right through Krieger, but hasn't that been the story all year for Washington? That's where a great majority of the attack has been. The Spirit still looking for their first goal in the run of play since May 16th, when they exploded for 4 goals at Seattle. Matheson scored from the penalty spot on July 3rd, a week ago, against FC Kansas City, but the goals from the run of play have been hard to come by. Polars pushing forward up the right flank. Matheson hustling up. Drop instead for Lindsay. Opening up left now is Roberts. She'll lay it off for Huster. Again, get it back. Roberts on the left flank. Plays it up the line for Lindsay. Lindsay with some space to turn the body and cross if she wishes. Takes a couple dribbles first. Crosses it back towards the top of the 18. Chested down by Werbis. Now Huster on the floor for Roberts. Switch right, looking for Oakes, who glances the header through. And it'll knuckle towards the sideline / end line and be out for a throw in very deep for Chicago in the 41st minute. Spirit bench yelling at their 11 to not let them out of this sticky situation as Quan will take the throw. Up the line it comes. Intended for Dominguez, but broken up. Falls now almost for Lindsay, but it's volleyed clear. Falls now for Matheson. Dropped for Werbis. She'll try the hopeful shot from deep, and that's well wide. McLeod had it covered at any rate. Spirit gaining a bit of momentum here in the 42nd minute of a scoreless game. Here's Foose. Still Foose on the ball, and nobody's picked her up. Early ball in towards Dominguez, and she is offside. Flag comes up on the veteran Mexican Maribel Dominguez, who is something in common with Connie Polars on the opposite side. They're the only two players to have played in the WUSA and the NWSL, but not in WPS. And both of them played for Atlanta in WUSA. So probably two teammates that renewed acquaintances, probably haven't seen each other in quite a while. Early ball from Foose over the top. Presley will watch it roll and drop it for Harris. Matheson, who started at forward but has had to come all the way back to get a lot of service in this first half. Huster, stolen away by Kolupny. And the flag belatedly comes up. Foul here against Lori Kolupny, and palms over the referee saying, I didn't do anything wrong. This is a game that has not had a ton of rhythm. A lot of throw-ins, some free kicks, some corners. There really hasn't been a 5-minute stretch in this half that I can think of where there's been a consistent flow of play. It's been stop-start. Lazy touch there from Chapman. Had to slide that one away from Dominguez. Krieger chips it forward looking for Werbis, but it's chested down by Hemmings. Hemmings will space a run forward and will. Skip under the foot there of Grings. Touch back now and clear from Ashlyn Harris. Volleyed by Winino forward. Handball there in Kalupny. Free kick for the Spirit. Huster in the 44th minute for Matheson. Switch right for Allie Krieger. Making the run up the line is Polars. In the center it comes from Matheson, who will chip it right for Polars. Chests it down. Tries to touch it by Kwan. And a foul there against Rachel Kwan. Again, the Red Stars not happy with the call. Bit of contact there as Kwan brushed Polars. Free kick in a good spot for Allie Krieger and the Spear as they move into the 45th minute. Two-player wall for the Red Stars. Looking at this free kick from Krieger. Presley in the center will be the target most likely. Also Huster and Oaks up. Chip towards the middle, towards Presley, off the line with a punch is McLeod, and it's volleyed clear by Chicago. Chapman. Chip up the middle for Polars. Header instead won by Hemmings. Knocked up now by Dominguez. Company turns it over to Huster. 1-2 now. Huster gets it back in the center of the park. Pass intended for Polars. Broke up and out for a Spirit throw. Throw up the line for Polars, who takes a bump from Hemmings there. Flag comes up late. And what will be the call here? It's a free kick for the Spirit. It'll be 1 minute of stoppage time for Washington to try and grab a late goal in this half. Again, it'll be Alec Krieger to trigger. And this is just a simple cross. Hit it to the far post and hope one of your targets can get it. Oaks is in the area, as is Presley. So is Lindsay. Huster on making a circling run. Ship comes in towards that far post and it's caught on the line by McLeod. Punt from McLeod towards the left side, towards Grings. She'll have enough space to corral this against Krieger and lay it off. Good run forward by Dominguez up the middle. Dominguez, double team now, slides it to Kalupny. In stoppage time of a scoreless first half. The ball comes right for Winino. Lots of time for her to set up this cross. She lost one towards the far post, headed out, and it goes off of Krieger and back and reached for Ashlyn Harris. Also, well, the ends well for the Spirit defense, but that not the cleanest of plays. Harris will wave for team forward, punt it left, and that will do it for the first half. So, the story so far is chances left on the field as Inca Green's penalty kick after Candace Chapman's handball, the best chance either way, but from 12 yards, Grings didn't hit it at her best. You would expect a player that has 64 international goals to take a cleaner PK, but just kind of pushed it a couple steps to the left of Ashlyn Harris, and the Spirit goalkeeper had an easy save. Other than that, really not a great chance to speak of either way. Both teams had their chances on free kicks where they weren't exactly shooting opportunities, but a space to get a cross in. And that service, I have to say, was a bit disappointing from my viewpoint. A lot of balls that were cleanly caught by goalkeepers on these free kicks instead of finding a target in white or a target in red. We'll see if the final 45 brings goals as we go to the break scoreless here on YouTube. We'll be back with the second half in just a little bit. will step off the bench. It's the 9th appearance, 4th as a reserve for Toulouse. Well, Peter Warbus is the player that makes way, so expect to see Toulouse at right back. And then Krieger was going to move up. Krieger is going to play as an attacking midfielder. Huster still on the left, so I thought maybe we see Huster push up into midfield and they would just make a straight switch there with Huster in midfield and Toulouse stepping back into that right back spot. But instead, it's Krieger pushing up. See if that has the desired effect for Mark Parsons' squad in the second half. No changes for Chicago, so we'll get you those lineups here momentarily. For the Red Stars, the starting 11's McLeod, Winino, Hemmings, Foose, Kwan, Sitch, Kolupny, Osborne, Grings, Dominguez, Leon. Now for the Spirit, it's Harris with Huster, Presley, Chapman, the substitute Toulouse, Krieger, and Lindsay in midfield, and then Matheson, Pollers, and Oaks up front. Leon laying it off, blocked by Huster, and she'll win a throw in the 46th minute. Dan Peters joining us. The best chance of the game came early from the penalty spot, but Inca Grings' low attempt was parried away by Ashlyn Harris. Both teams have had half chances, but that by far the best look for either side. Osborne drops it for Hemmings. Switch left now, intended a throw-in. Toulouse will walk back to the desired spot for this throw-in and take it up the line for Krieger. Krieger trying to turn, and it will be a Chicago throw, which Rachel Kwan will take. Kwan, the newly minted Canadian international, was actually called up for the game against the U.S. a couple weeks ago, but didn't get her paperwork through FIFA in time, but she does expect to debut for Canada very soon. Out for a Spirit throw. Oaks. Roberts. Open left is Huster, and she'll get it. Time and space for Tori Huster to attack up the left flank. Matheson making the run outside. Comes in the middle for Pollers. Pollers playing it left for Matheson. And now 3 players in red will make runs towards the 18. Cross for Matheson. Open is Pollers. Brings it down for herself. Now dribbling back. Pass is blocked. And Krieger unable to get on the end of it. Now Toulouse for Krieger. We'll try it again from the right side. Ball driven in by Krieger. Gets by Kwan. Gets by Pollers. And it's cleared by Hemmings. Huster now. Pass behind Lindsay. Touched by Osborne and now cleared forward. Robert chips it left into space for Matheson, who tries to turn and is unable to get by Winino. Steal by Lindsay on the pass intended for Kolupny. Dropped by Harris now forward. Dominguez. Win from Toulouse. He will battle Dominguez. Get a foot in and knock it forward. Here's Leon, the Canadian on the right side. Drop for Winino. Hemmings. Foose. Chip. Touched with the outside of the foot by Chapman. Kept alive by Dominguez. Touched nicely by Kolupny. Now on the left side, it's Sitch. Sitch against Krieger. And a push finally. Which way will the call go? It'll go against Julianne Sitch. Free kick for Krieger and the Spirit in the 50th minute. So Washington began this half well with maybe their best spell. A couple of half chances on crosses from the wings. Pollers, I think, would love to have that chance back where she was open in the box for a second and brought it down rather than trying the first time shot. Would have been a tough shot. Harris restarts the attack for Presley. Matheson. Left. Huster's cross is blocked. Falls again for Diana Matheson. Krieger playing as a right forward right now on that far side. Wants the ball, but it's taken away by Chicago. Drop now. Dangerous play for Harris, and she gets it clear in time. And the flag comes up. Stephanie Oakes was offside. Free kick for Chicago in the 53rd minute. Game still searching for a goal. The best chance came very early on as a handball on the bounce called on Candace Chapman. Handed a penalty kick to Anka Grings in Chicago, but a diving save to her left by Ashlyn Harris kept this game scoreless, and that's where it's been. But right now the concerns for the injured player for Chicago. Referee and Leslie Osborne are both blocking my angle, so I can't see who the player is that's down. As soon as I can see it, I'll let you know. Hopefully just a cramp that the player can work off. It was Michelle Winino, the right back. Looks like she's going to try and play through. Play will restart with a Hemmings free kick short for Foose. Forward it comes for Leone. Huster standing her ground well, forcing Leone towards the sideline. Kept alive now. Cross from Leone towards the far post, towards Dominguez, over her head. Toulouse on the backside. We'll whack it clear. Hemmings. Trying to work past Krieger. Plays it on the floor for Kolupny. Kolupny towards the top of the 18. Slides it through for Hemmings. And out for line in time is Ashlyn Harris at the edge of the 6. Good run forward from the center back Hemmings and nearly reaped the rewards. But Harris just a step quicker. Rolled now for Candace Chapman. Back again for Harris. 54th minute here at the Maryland Soccerplex. Michael Minnick here with you. It's been a game that has been back and forth. No goals to speak of. But both teams have had looks. Early ball from Winino forward. Looking for Dominguez. Gets by her and Presley both. Off the line is Harris in the 56th minute. I think Krieger has done some good things since being bumped up to right forward. With Matheson behind her and Lindsay working off her, especially that triangle has looked good. And Kika Toulouse has done a solid job since coming on with the half at right back, so they haven't really missed Krieger back there yet. The attackers for Chicago, in fact, have been down the other side in this half through Adriana Leone. Here's Lindsay. Stolen away. Leone for Osborne. Now left for Kwan. Broken up by Krieger, who will steal the ball. Lindsay wanted it at her feet, but has broken up enough by Sitch to derail that play. Now Roberts will dribble back and find Candace Chapman's feet. Chapman knocking it forward, looking for Oakes, but the header won instead by Foose. Now hit awkwardly by Kwan and given away to Krieger. Krieger up the line, looking for the run of Oakes. Good shield from Hemmings. Oakes gets a piece of it. And that ball will stay in play for McLeod. She'll punt in the 57th minute. No score. Punt comes towards the near side, towards Dominguez. And off of Kika Toulouse in the end. Kwan with space to take a touch. Play it through. Here's Dominguez. Trying to shake Roberts and does so. Now plays a 1-2 with Kolupny. But Dominguez on the inline. Cross comes in, headed out by Washington's Presley. And now just hit high by Kwan. Bounces in the box. 50-50 header one on that far side by Huster. She'll battle Winino and give away a throw. Foose sets up the right foot, lofts across in towards the 6. Header won by the high-rising Presley. Kept alive by Chicago. Kept alive for Kolupny. Kolupny on the edge of the box. Trying to lay it off for Dominguez. Clearance by Toulouse is blocked. Second look for Kolupny in the box. And again, she blocks the clearance from Toulouse. And it will be a goal kick. Pace picking up a bit in this half as the temperature drops a bit and the breeze back to goal. Make her have to go back or sideways rather than go straight forward and attack the defense, which is what she does so well. Restrict her vision. Kwan's throw up the line. Skips by Grings' head. Chapman will watch it roll up for a goal kick. 60th minute of a scoreless game. Harris will take her time. Now hit it up the middle. Towards Polars, but the header went instead by Winino. Now backheel by Kolupny. Bounces back for Osborne in Chicago in midfield. Nice receive from Sidge under pressure from Krieger. Drops it for Taryn Hemmings. Now square. Foose will give it back. Hemmings, I think, has had a really good match at that left center back spot. Has gotten forward also well. Here's Kwan. Up the line for Dominguez and too far. Dominguez had the best chance at the second half for either side a few minutes ago, but her shot from about, I'd say, 8 to 10 yards out hit side netting on the near side here. Spirit have done good things, but there's not really a chance you can point at and say, well, that should have been a goal. There's been half chances, there's been shots from deep, there's been crosses and through balls that have been just off the mark. Oaks can't keep it alive. 62nd minute. Up it comes. Headed on by Grings. Stolen away by Chapman, who will push forward. Chapman lay off for Oaks. Nice ball outside left for Huster, who has time and space. We'll play a 1-2 with Lori Lindsay. Huster on the left flank. Now turning on the Jets and pushing forward. Broken up well by Osborne. Second look now for Lindsay, who nutmegs Kolupny. Played through now by Roberts. Tangled up now is Chapman, who came all the way forward. Couldn't keep possession. Going back to your Notre Dame days there for Chapman, who played forward, played midfielder, and played defender for the Fighting Irish. And was good at all three. Throw for the Red Stars on the far side. Leung with time and space to attack against Roberts as Huster was slow to get back. Roberts now marking at the edge of the 18. Leon working in. Leon looking for an angle. Turns in the box. Tries the left-footed shot and puts it in the back of the net. Adriana Leon from Maple, Canada has struck gold. Her first goal for the Red Stars after coming over from Boston. That trade looking very good right now for Rory Dames. In the 63rd minute, it's Chicago 1 and Washington nothing. Roberts had to pick up the mark there as Huster was caught upfield. Slowed Leon down, but couldn't get the final tackle in. And Leon did the job. And now the Red Stars want more. They're going to make a change up front. Ella Masser on for Maribel Dominguez. So Masser, the veteran forward who played in WPS for the Red Stars as well as Magic Jack, into the game. Also, a couple years ago, played for the second gear after conceding. They've found that urgency again. They've been awakened. Problem is they need to find it a little bit earlier and control the game and dictate the pace rather than having it be dictated to them. Masser heading it forward for Grings. Drop is broken up. Matheson got a foot in, but now Chicago gets it back. Sitch forward for Leon, the goal scorer. Laid off now for Winino. Osborne. Foose. That was Sitch dispossessed by Lindsay. Now it's Matheson. Stolen away and knocked towards the middle. Grings working back. Dropping it for Kwan, who chips it forward. A one hop towards the 18, headed back by Presley to her goalkeeper Ashlyn Harris. 66 minutes, the Spirit search for a tying goal. Again, they haven't scored from the run of play since all the way back on May 16th at Seattle. Huster. Huster will try the shot from deep, and it's caught by Aaron McLeod. Huster can give you some bite from that left back spot. The problem is, as on the goal, she needs to recover as well, which is a lot of work. She didn't recover in time when Leon's run. Roberts had to pick up the mark, slowed things down, but never got that secondary defender to help her. And Leon eventually worked herself into a spot where she could shoot it, and she finished well. Chapman in a foot race gets to it right before Rory Kolupny. Does give away a corner, however, as the Red Stars push for a second in the 67th minute. Kolupny was shaken up on that tackle, but now is back on her feet and walking towards the corner. Once again, she'll provide her two-woman act with Julianne Sitch. Again, Stephanie Oakes will be the player tasked with marking the short kick if it happens. Sitch will tee it up on that corner. Serve it in towards the penalty spot, towards Osborne, over everybody's head. Kept alive now. Left-footed shot is blocked by Chapman. Rachel Kwan's header forward, and nobody in white making that run as Grings was the nearest player. Pass from Toulouse, though, broken up. Good hustle for Masser. Her fresh legs trying to win the ball, but gives away a throw. 68th minute, 1-0 Chicago. Kolupny, left for Masser. Good tackle from Toulouse to concede the throw. The Stars have a second change ready. It's Lydia Vandenberg. And they'll make it now. Vandenberg making her 12th appearance, third as a substitute this year. And Winino will be the player that makes way. She was shaken up earlier in this half, so not a big surprise to see her come off. Vandenberg, a natural choice at right back. Kwan on this right flank. Early cross comes in towards the center circle. It's usually by the penalty spot, and it's cleared. Cleared now again by Chicago. Leon. Nice ball played through by the veteran Grings. Now it's Leon again. Masser with a shot, and it's tipped over the bar by Ashlyn Harris. Corner for the Red Stars in the 71st minute. Red Stars up a goal, will take their time. This time Sitch will go over by herself. Now Kolupny will jog over, so it's more of the same on a set piece from the Red Stars. Kolupny will move a little bit closer to goal than usual in this corner. Sitch's ball in. Headed out by Huster, but it kept alive now and dropped. Left-footed shot comes in from Vandenberg. It's blocked. Bicycle kick and a shot in, and it'll go for Chicago. What an assist, and then what a finish from the Chicago Red Stars. Ella Masser will slide in front of the bench and celebrate the second goal of the game for Chicago. The bicycle assist. You don't see that too often. Masser in the right place at the right time to take advantage of that bit of creativity. And the Spirit in a hole now. Washington belatedly will try and stem the tide as Lindsay Taylor will come on up front. They're going to take Lori Lindsay off. So Lindsay, for the first time this year, is out of the game. On comes Taylor. She'll play in the attack. Matheson will don the captain's armband. Huster on the left side. Spirit need to go back quickly to make this a game. Presley will knock it forward. Header won by Chicago. Now Taylor with her first touch forward, stolen away by Osborne. Leon. Pass is blocked. Posting up and getting it now is Kolupny. Now played forward for Grings. Wide right, early ball from Leon. Caught on the off hop by Sky Blue FC that undid the Spirit on the road on Saturday. It's 2 so far here at home. Masser up the line. Nicely weighted ball up that flank for Hemmings. Hemmings against the backtracking Krieger. Now in the box against Chapman. Cross is blocked and finally cleared. Sliding pass from Osborne gives it away to Matheson. Now the Spirit has some space to counter. Krieger. Switch for Taylor, who chests it down smartly and plays it left. Too far, though, for Polars, and out for a throw-in. Leone can't keep it alive. Throw for Houston now in the 75th minute. Polars lays it off for Matheson. Wide right it comes for Krieger. Trying to chip it over the head of Kwan, but Kwan blocks it and drops it. Here's Masser doing defensive work after scoring the second goal after coming off on a sub. Kwan. And that ball, nobody home. Grings wanted it at her feet. Instead it went up the line and Grings just watched it go. Knew she wasn't going to get it. Front for Toulouse in the Spirit in the 75th minute. 2-0 Chicago. Leone and Masser the goal scorers. Masser gives it away. Roberts chips it forward. Krieger for Matheson. Nice bit of juggling there, but still doesn't get her out of trouble, and finally the whistle does. Foul against Julianne Sitch and the Chicago Red Stars in the 76th minute. Chapman's free kick forward. Headed into the path of Matheson. Gives it away, knocked over the top. Chapman heads it towards the sideline, gives a throwaway. Under pressure from Grings. Chicago has scored multiple goals for the third time in their last 5 matches. Scored 3 against FC Kansas City to win, 2 against Western New York on a tie, and then 1 each in a loss to Seattle and a win over Western New York, and 2 now tonight. Players go down, and the ball knocked out for a throw-in. So loose, up the line. Oakes gets by Kwan. Now going to work at the edge of the 18. Double teamed, and the cross is blocked by Hemmings. Out for a Spirit corner, their second of the match. Krieger will take it. Knocked in towards the far post. McCall after line. The header from Taylor is high and wide. Goal kick for the Red Stars in the 79th minute. Spirit are going to throw caution to the wind. Down 2 goals. Tiffany McCarty is readying to come in. She'll be the third and final change for the Spirit. Chicago has 1 substitution left, should they need it. As I was saying about Leone, was kind of buried on the bench in Boston with all the attacking talent that the Breakers had at their disposal. As Matheson goes down, turnover now to Grings. Grings, 35 yards from goal, chipping, looking for Masser, chested down by Chip. Leone just made 1 start for Boston, then was traded from a Scottish. She's already made 2 starts for Chicago, and has made an impact. Very good match on that right side today. Has the goal. Switch towards the penalty spot, brought down in the box. Polars goes down, not going to get a call there. And the counter is on for Osborne in Chicago. Grings. Without a ton of support, will go to work, and Chapman gets a foot in. Here's Leone as a burst of lightning goes off on the far side. Grings. Back for Leone. Again for Grings on the right edge of the box. Dropped now for Vandenberg. Sets up the left foot, ships it in towards the penalty spot, headed out by Toulouse. Matheson Knocking it forward. McCarty now has time and space to run at the defense. It's a 3-on-4 for Washington. Krieger also arriving in support on the right side. Here's Polwers, 30 yards from goal. Polwers takes a bump. Second. Matheson. Headed out by Masser. Toulouse. Touched on by Polwers and cleared by Quan. Now Matheson. 1-2 with Krieger. Tackle from Osborne, who's had a good match in that defensive mid spot. Counter now one for Julianne Sitch. Left it comes for Grings. Making the run centrally is Kolupny. Blocked though by Chapman. A vital block, as Kolupny would have been in had that pass gotten through cleanly. Corner for the Red Stars in the 84th minute. Got to admire the thrown for the Red Stars in the 85th minute. Running cleared by the Spirit. Thorne looking for McCarty. McCarty on an island by herself will have to do all the work. On the left side, steps by one. Now trying to beat Hemmings towards the corner. McCarty turning on the Jets, working towards the end line. Gets the cross in towards the 6, and it's headed out, intended for Polwers. McCarty will get a second look now. But it's one instead and cleared by Foose forward. McCarty has looked good since coming on 5 minutes ago. Has created some things. Cleared by Chicago, only as far as Huster. Matheson. Presley for Chapman. Chapman towards the 18, towards Taylor. Her touch heavy, gives possession away. Good ball. Knocking it forward, left-footed. Knocked down by Chapman for Toulouse. Matheson. Roberts chip right. Quan heads it out. Maybe a throw. Toulouse saying that should have been our ball, but the assistant referee on the near side says Chicago ball, and they'll hold it up for the substitution. Alyssa Motts will replace Inka Grings. So a good shift from the 34-year-old from Dusseldorf, Inka Grings. Presley. Taylor for Roberts. Back again for Chapman in the 89th minute. Toulouse. Matheson. Intended for Krieger. It's stolen by Quan. Played for Sitch. And Quan will knock it clear again. Stop. Harris will take it quickly short for Chapman. Roberts goes down and draws the foul. Spirit will again throw numbers forward for Matheson's free kick. Everybody save Ella Master, Candace Chapman, Diana Matheson, and Ashlyn Harris within 18 yards of goal right now. Matheson knocks it towards the penalty spot. Header won by the Spirit. Chance now as Kolupny pops it high. Still loose at the top of the 18. Roberts fighting for it. She'll win it down, and it's cleared. Step and win from Chapman. She'll try the shot from deep, and it's a good one, but caught by Erin McLeod. McLeod will roll it out, waste more seconds, and stoppage time of a 2-0 game. Headed on by Osborne. Harris hustling to keep it in play. Chapman. Broken up by Quan. Masser touches it for Mounts. Given away. Chipped forward by Chapman and out for a throw. Can't be much more left in the sand dial here in stoppage time. Referee will back this throw in up. Really seems to be a point of emphasis in this league, making sure that throw-in's in the right spot. Haven't seen it quite so much this week, but last week we saw several moments where the ball was backed up. Quan's throw up the line. Popped up by Masser. Chapman jogging back for it. She'll let it roll for a goal kick. Presley. And that'll